going on, Jerome's Victory Monday. It's not for everyone. No big deal, but head coach Kevin O'Connell, hat model, fed the local media jackals and said some stuff and some things. Notably, Donovan Jackson had a scheduled wrist surgery this morning. Hope to have him back after the bye. And now, with Jackson, obviously they want to do right by him, and apparently it was an injury that he already had, right? And the medical team determined that he couldn't make it worse when he was playing on Sunday. So the fact that he had a hell of a game Sunday against the Bengals with a messed up wrist, which he was limited in practice a couple times last week, pretty damn amazing. And also speaks to his toughness and character. And they want to get healthy for the stretch run, so it's something that he couldn't injure further, but also something that they didn't want lingering. So fully understand it. Blake Brandel is going to step in at left guard. Brandel, so we said, like, Brandel is a solid backup, but you don't want him as a regular starter. You know what I mean? Brandel resumes at left guard where he was a starter last year, and there you go. Thursday night, the team's going to leave for Dublin, similar to travel in previous years. So game on Sunday, they will practice on Wednesday, they'll practice on Thursday, and then they'll travel Thursday night and then arrive in London. So they'll practice Thursday night. They'll travel. They'll try and sleep on the plane. They'll land in Dublin. They'll get a practice or walk through on Friday and go from there, right? And also, they will have a normal week of practice in London next week. So again, that's why it's a bit of a competitive advantage since the Browns getting over to London. You won't be acclimated to the time zone like the Vikings will, having been there for going on 2 weeks. So it's going to be good. All right. Only Gavin Bartholomew and Ty Chandler won't travel with the team. So you do have guys like Aaron Jones going to travel with the team. JJ McCarthy, it's already been announced. Even Donovan Jackson is going to travel with the team, although Kevin O'Connell said that likely not going to have him back until after the bye week. Javon Hargrave left the game Sunday with a chest injury. Should be all right. And then also optimistic about center Ryan Kelly and Justin School return this week as they're advancing through concussion protocol. And in the game, obviously happy with Carson Wentz. Maintaining, growing, and showing, playing point guard out there, and really, just really getting this offense going, because I think there's a lot of things that went on. Darrisaw returning is number one. Jordan Mason run the ball is fantastic. Carson Wentz bringing a veteran presence to the offense. I think the Vikings were able to finally put together a complete game in all of the phases. Run game, which you talked about, was a success with all 11 wide receivers finishing blocks. Because you remember in the broadcast, at least you saw Jefferson out there. You saw Naylor, which, by the way, Speedy Naylor's been looking good. And also Jordan Mason just slaying out there. So I think that even when Aaron Jones returns, he's going to be RB1. Also, Darrisaw just talked about the joy he had returning to the field, just the confidence in his knee now, and also, like was reported last week, they will have a plan this season for Christian Darrisaw to recover all year. So it's likely a spot where he'll practice on Wednesday, be off on Thursdays, practice on Friday for a Sunday game. And you're going to see this more throughout the season as attrition sets in. A lot of veterans on this team as well, and guys getting scheduled days off does make sense. And also Andrew Van Ginkel, two sacks, very effective with his 8 snaps. Although, I mean, obviously Andrew Van Ginkel gets credit for the sacks, and he played a huge part of it, yes. But the first sack, a lot of it was Grenard. The second sack, a lot of it was Levi Drake Rodriguez. That's why we say that sacks are there's a little bit of a puck luck, and we're advocating a sack assist be added to the stat box. Harrison Smith tip led to a pick 6. Also, he basically adjusted on the fly, checked in, and took on the edge, allowing Ivan Pace Jr. to get a tackle for loss. Just basically stuff like this is what you miss. And you talked about Harrison Smith, disguises, being synced up helps. Florida's called a lights out game. Like, everything really came together for the Vikings on defense. Obviously, Isaiah Rodgers, it kind of goes without saying, right? And also, he pushed back on the Tracy Wolfson report that JJ will return week 7. That's TBD. I mean, logically, since he didn't go on IR, it does make sense. So I understand what Wolfson was going with there. But, McCarthy, he praised J.J. McCarthy's toughness, said that he would play today if he could, but also his mobility is a major weapon, a major facet to his game as well. And he can't cut corners on rehab. He is out of the boot. but getting him good to go, and the fact that he didn't go on IR and could be back week 7 at home against the Eagles does make sense. And he was asked straightforward, once J.J. McCarthy gets healthy, will he resume being quarterback 1? So O'Connell sometimes catches himself engaging in coach speak. So he said, yeah. He confirmed at first that J.J. McCarthy isn't starting when he's healthy, and then he walked back down and hedged a little bit. It's like, it's too early to make that call. Okay. I think that O'Connell was honest at first. I think that is still J.J. McCarthy's job, but that doesn't mean that Carson Wentz can't come in and so honestly, like if Wentz comes in and just completely dominates week 4 and 5, they may have a decision. I think that if he's perfectly fine, just like in the Bengals game, and puts points up on the board, operates the offense, plays point guard, I think that's fine. But I think that they're still going to roll with JJ after the bye. Guess we'll see. Also talked about how number 9 was extremely engaged in the game yesterday, on the sidelines, dialed in on the blue iPads or Microsoft Surfaces. Yeah. Also learning from Carson Wentz, and there's something that McCarthy has a lot of experience from last year. Just being dialed into the game plan, listening on the headset, asking questions, and learning without doing, but hopefully he doesn't have to do that anymore. Also talked about 2 high safeties limiting big plays in the passing game, and there's one way to take care of that. Feed Jordan Mason the ball until they have to drop an extra dude down to the box, and then against single high, you're going to have a shot to make some big-time plays downfield. That is the anthem. Na-na-na-na-na. Yeah. Also, Jordan Addison back from suspension. Talked about having 4 starting receivers with Jefferson, Addison, Thielen, and Naylor. Honestly, I feel like Naylor's outperformed Thielen, and he's probably been one of the more consistent Vikings over the first 3 weeks. So we'll see what happens. Like Thielen and I combined for 0 catches yesterday. So I don't know. Like obviously he still has a role, but if Thielen slides down to wide receiver, say 4 on the depth chart, I mean that's really a spot where wide receiver 4 or 5, they need to play special teams, and obviously Thielen's not going to do that. So I don't know. Yeah. But that's it. That's it. Takeaways from Kevin O'Connell's Victory Monday presser. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.